everyone. So here's our lesson from Chapter 4 on descriptive phrases. And in Chapter 4 we're learning about syllable stress and where to place stress on words. And one of those things that we're learning about is something called descriptive phrases. So this lesson is to explain to you exactly what it is and to learn the stress pattern rule for how to pronounce them. So first of all, let's start with something similar that we already know and that we already know the rule to. And that is, some examples of that are right here. Take a look at them and pronounce them after me and see if you know what they are. Freeway, whiteboard, textbook, sunglasses, parking lot. Okay, this is from Chapter 3, so I think you already know it. What type of words are these? Do you know? Good. They are compounds. Now, compounds do not have the same rule as a descriptive phrase. They have a different rule, but you already know the compound rule. What is the rule for compounds? Which part of the compound word is stressed? Do you know? Yeah, the first part. So pronounce after me. Freeway. Good, and free will be stressed. Whiteboard. Yes, and white will be stressed. Textbook. Good, and text will be stressed. Sunglasses. Good, and sun will be stressed. Parking lot. Good, and park will be stressed. And those are our compounds like we have been learning already in Chapter 3. Descriptive phrases look similar but are a different thing. Now look over here next to these. They actually have part of the word that's the same, like freeway, but this one is long way. And actually the stress pattern for these is different than the stress pattern for a compound noun. Listen to it and see if you know what the stress pattern is. Long way, wood board, good book, new glasses. Did you notice which part was most important for our descriptive phrase? It wasn't the first part like the compound. It was the second part. Long way. Way is most important. Wood board. Board is going to be most important. Good book. Book is going to be most important. New glasses. Glasses is going to be most important. Now, what is different between our descriptive phrases and our compounds over here? They are a little bit different. Compounds are two words that are together that become one word, that become a new thing. Whereas descriptive phrases, this word is not a part of that word. It's a word that's describing that word. And in fact, you could change this word for something else. Like instead of long way, you could say short way, or a confusing way, or an interesting way. You could switch this out for anything. Instead of wood board, it could be a plastic board or a metal board, anything like that too. Good book could be a bad book or a long book or an interesting book. New glasses could be old glasses. So these words here are not required. They are added to give extra information. But here, this first word is required. Freeway is a different thing from away or from, there is no other option for what you can put there. You can't say freeway or expensive way. No, it's only freeway because it means the freeway, the highway, right? Whiteboard, we can't use something else there. It needs to be whiteboard, like the whiteboard I'm working with. So these ones are two words that come together and make one. Whereas these really stay two words. They're not always together like that as one. And if you remember from our other chapters, when you have many words, English prefers to put the stress on the last word. So if you have lots of important words, it's the last one. Like we talked about the flag, red, white, and blue. Blue will be the most important word. Well, here, because these words are not a part of that word, we want to put the stress on the last word. That will be the one that takes the stress. Try after me. Long way. wood board, good book, new glasses. Good, so those are descriptive phrases, and these were our compounds. Now, sometimes students say to me, oh, the compound, well, there's no space, whereas descriptive phrase, there's a space. So that's a very good observation, but unfortunately, many compounds in English have a space. Only sometimes they don't have a space. So that unfortunately does not help you. And English does not have good rules for when there's a space and when there's not a space. In fact, English speakers a lot of the time don't know if there's a space or no space. They have to check the dictionary to know if they need a space or if there should not be a space. So the space is not going to help you. Also, sometimes people say, well, this one is not always an adjective. Sometimes it's a noun, whereas this is always an adjective. But that's not really completely true either. So, like, for example, Palomar College belongs over here. And Palomar is not really an adjective there, but those are two important words, and so we go for the last one, Palomar College. And that also follows our two-name rule, right? Palomar College. College would be most important. Okay, so our rule for our descriptive phrase that we need to remember is stress, which part? The second. All right? Remember to stress your second part when you're working with a descriptive phrase. Okay, so that's our rule for descriptive phrases. Have fun!